A cat-cow stretch is a yoga move which is really nice for stretching out your back, but be careful, don't go too fast or too big. So you've got your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, your shoulder blades are in your back pockets, and you're looking about here. So you must breathe when you're doing this. Arch your back like an angry cat, let your head drop and tailbone tuck under. So there's one extreme of your spine's movement. Then, if you take the midsection lower and let your head rise and tailbone stick out. So that's the other extreme. So moving carefully between the two, you should be getting a big range of movements. So if I were doing this, I would breathe out as I did this and breathe in when I did this. All the time you're doing this, you're pressing your body away from the floor, not letting it collapse into the floor. And when you've done a few, you might want to take a stretch. This is called child's pose. Take your knees wide, take your weight back on your heels and stretch your arms forward. Alternatively, if you just want to stretch out your lower back, similar sort of idea, but you're just moving your pelvis. So, your lower back, exactly the same moves, but you're confining it to your lower back. So can you see your lower back is dipping and then arching? Still the same idea, pressing your body away from the floor, moving slowly, making sure you breathe regularly. And again, you might want to follow this with a child's pose. Arms can be forwards or round the side, or even make fists, stack them and put your forehead on the top. These are seated pelvic tilts for lower back mobility. So start off by sitting tall, relax your shoulders down and back. Isolate this area and tilt your pelvis forward and backwards. So as you can see, I'm just moving this bit. Hopefully my shoulders are staying in place. I'm breathing regularly and getting lots of movement in here. Keep checking your shoulders are down and back. So those are seated pelvic tilts. Lie on your back, feet about hip distance apart, shoulders away from ears. So we're going to use these pelvic tilts again. So I'm going to move that arm out of the way, then you can see what's happening. So I tilt my pelvis forwards and my lower back goes into the mat. Tilt my pelvis backwards and I put a little arch in my back. So those are pelvic tilts lying on your back. Once you've done a few of these, then you can start to raise your pelvis, your hip area, your buttocks off the floor. So I'll keep my arm out of the way and I'll try and work as slowly as possible. So here comes the pelvic tilt, then I press firmly into my feet and just lift my buttocks slightly off the floor, and then I replace my buttocks and tilt my pelvis in the opposite direction. Watch again. There's the pelvic tilt, press into feet and lift buttocks off the floor, then replace and tilt. So after you've done a few of those, you maybe be able to lift more of your spine off the floor. But you do this as slowly as possible, making sure you press your feet firmly into the floor. So I'll show you. So there's your pelvic tilt, press your feet firmly into the floor, then slowly peel as much of your spine off the floor as you can. And then reverse the procedure. So the upper spine comes down first, then little by little, you'll come to a flat back and you'll keep moving until you've got your pelvic tilt again. I shall do one more of those. Pelvic tilt, pressing feet firmly, coming up slowly, little by little, and then come down little by little, starting at this end of your spine. One bone at a time, until everything's back in place and you've got that natural curve in your lower back. This is a spine twist. The important thing is find a comfortable position for sitting in, something where you've got your weight evenly balanced and you can sit tall. This isn't a comfortable position for me. I normally would choose longer legs, but I'll have a go. So you've got lots of options. Option 1, steeple your thumbs and your fingers together and tuck your fingers under your chin and your thumbs into your breastbone. Sit tall and then you just rotate your upper body one way, then back to the centre, and then the other way. So you're trying to keep your spine as long as possible. Your waist stays the same length on both sides, so you are not bending, you are rotating. Another option is stacking arms, but make sure your arms and your upper body go the same distance. Another option would be longer arms, but this is a bit more challenging. Your arms are lower than your shoulders, slightly in front of your shoulders, but it's still the same action. You rotate to one side, you come to centre, you rotate to the other side. It's really important to keep breathing, and normally you would breathe out as you rotate, you take a breath in as you come through centre, and you breathe out as you rotate. So if you want to work with long legs, with wider legs, that's entirely up to you, as long as you can sit tall. So I shall do 2 more. I shall do this first version. So I'm going to take a breath in, breathe out and rotate, sitting tall all the time. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep checking the position of your shoulders and try to go a little bit further each time. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So that's a seated spine twist. From the sitting position, take your weight back onto your forearms and then roll all your weight onto your right side. As you do that, let your right leg open up at the hip. Then stretch it, and we're going to do 15 pulses, not big ones. Make sure your foot's turned out as well as your hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Change sides. So this time, roll all your weight onto your left side. Open up your left hip, can you see? Stretch that leg. Make sure your foot's turned out. Another 15, off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Exercise 1 completed. Exercise 2, reverse frog. Lie on your back, take your knees wide, hands on your inner side of your legs to provide a constant pressure. And you're going to do 15 pulses. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The next exercises are done on hands and knees. So you might need, well, you'll definitely need some extra padding under your knees. You might use some folded towels, one under each knee. I've just folded my yoga mat in 2 for the extra padding. So this is how you set yourself up on your hands and knees, and then one leg is raised out to the side, like so. Here's the profile. Make sure your knee is hip height and your foot is in line with the knee. To stop yourself overbalancing, when you lift your right knee, before you do so, transfer your hands left. Okay, then from there, all we do are 15 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Lower, change sides. Don't forget to keep breathing, of course. So, other side. Knee up, out to the side, off we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You should really be able to feel those glutes working. The frog, again, extra padding for knees if you can, and throughout this you're going to try and relax your hips. So take your knees as wide as possible, come to your forearms and rock forward and backwards. Don't go up and down, it's a forward and backward movement. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Widen your knees. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, try and widen your knees. Don't forget, relax your hips. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then come to your hands and knees and move your hips from side to side to relax them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, use knee padding. Transfer your weight to your left hand side. Lift your right leg until your your hip is at right angles, and hold for 50 to the count of 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then take your right leg out to the side, take your knee away, come to your forearms and start that rocking motion again as we did in frog. Here we go. 1, 2, remember to relax your hips. 3, 4, 5. Now can you widen the distance between your foot and your knee? Same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what we do on one side, we do on the other. So come back to your hands and knees, transfer your weight to the right, lift your left leg at right angles and hold 15. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Extend your leg out to the side, take your knee in the other direction, come to your forearms, movement backwards and forward, forwards and back. Remember to relax your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Widen foot and knee. Same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then come to all fours. Relax your hips, swing them side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back to your frog, knees wide, turn your toes out, make sure your ankles are in line with your knees. Bring your weight onto your forearms, and this time we're just going to press hard downwards, obviously, to the count of 5. So are you ready? Press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then release the tension. Then take your knees a little bit wider. Same again, are you ready? Press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and release. A wider still. You should feel the pressure in your groin here. Ready? Press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, release. Then come to your hands and knees and release your hips. So swing side to side, not too energetically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to try and press into our adductors in this one. When you're ready, take your right foot wide and take your left knee to the left, then come to your forearms. For the count of 5, you're going to press downwards and try to contract your adductors. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. See if you can take your foot and your knee a little bit wider. Then we'll do the same. Ready? Press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. And again, try and take knee and foot a little wider from each other. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Change sides. So left leg out wide, right knee out wide. When you're ready, come to your forearms. Here we go. Press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release the tension. Take your foot and your knee a bit wider. Here we go. Press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Can you take them wider? Ready? Press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Come to your hands and knees. And move your hips side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For this exercise, you need a chair or a stool. Come behind your chair or your stool, put your hands on and take your feet wide. And again, we're going to do some pressing to engage our adductors. So when you're ready, off we go. Press into your feet as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release the pressure, take your feet wider. Same again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Take them wider. Ready again. Press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release. Can you take them wider? Here we go. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. If you want to stretch out your buttocks, this is optional. Sit on the floor, take one leg over and pull it in a few times. When you've done that a few times, see if you can pull that foot in a bit closer, put some pressure. So you should be feeling a stretch up here. And then you can change sides. So sit tall, use your hand at the back to support. So you pull in, and again, and again, and again, and again. And then if you can move your foot a bit further up, do exactly the same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.